Gamers, welcome to the Telkom Gaming Show, your weekly fix on all things gaming. We have got a show bursting at the seams today, so let's get straight into it. We'll be taking a look at Gamescom as well as a few online gaming platforms, get a quick glimpse on what's happening in the DGL, find out how to maximize your iCloud setup, and also get some insight on what BT Games is all about. Gamescom is an annual trade fair event for video games held in Cologne, Germany each year. Video game developers will flock from all around the world to show off their up-and-coming games as well as their game-related hardware. It is easily Europe's largest event and has thousands upon thousands of visitors each year, and while many don't realize, it is the second largest gaming convention in the world after the Asia Game Show. Gamescom was last week and there are a bunch of brand new games that came out of the convention, including some top AAA games as well as a brand new bunch of indies. EA included some awesome footage of Dragon Age Inquisition at Gamescom, as players were shown a video that takes them through the quest, the inventory system, and as well as customization and leveling up of their characters. Included in EA conference was some more Sims 4 action, which is shaping up to be pretty good. Players can also head to the official Sims 4 website to create a sim now in the demo and import them into the game when it is released. As always, the next FIFA title had a few new announcements, with FIFA 15 showing off its new dribbling mechanics and new goalkeepers which have been reworked from the ground up. EA revealed new IP Shadowrun's, a game that is designed to return you to the roots of paper RPG inspired games, which is supposed to be an episodic 4v1 action RPG from BioWare. Closing out was some more Battlefield Hardline action, which has had its release date pushed back to 2015, with a look at the new single-player campaign and 2 new multiplayer modes. From the Sony conference, we were peppered with games like Bloodborne, Little Big Planet 3, Infamous First Light, and The Order 1886. Drive Club also made an appearance, as well as the much-anticipated Destiny from Bungie. Included is the release of the new PS4 firmware version 2.0, which will be released in November. Microsoft detailed some awesome bundles coming with the Xbox One for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, as well as FIFA 15. A white Xbox One bundle with Sunset Overdrive is also on its way, but we weren't quite sure if they will be available in South Africa. What we do know is that the Xbox One is coming on the 23rd of September, so get ready for that. Microsoft also debuted Quantum Break, a game in which players act in time rifts that the main character is able to generate. In these time stutters, players will be able to control themselves normally while the world around them stops. Scream Ride was also announced, the game which players build an amusement park sculpted solely around their own amusement. Players will get to ride their own rides that they have created, and the more screams you get from your visitors, the better for your park. We have compiled a list of some of the best trailers from Gamescom 2014, so if you weren't able to catch the news live and the event online, check it out in the link in the description. With the way gaming and the internet is moving, many gamers are more active on online platforms than regular ways of purchasing games. For those that are new to this method of gaming, there are a number of different alternatives. Origin is an electronic arts platform and features many of EA's great titles on a digital distribution platform similar to that of Steam. There are often specials and exclusive deals, and everything is priced in rands to make it easier for the local consumer. EA also has a deal through Origin called On the House. With it, EA makes a specific game free for a period of time in which gamers can download it, and it is theirs to keep forever. Steam is Valve's digital online platform, and it is easily the biggest. Most countries have their sales in their own currency, although South Africa at this point in time does not. Specials from all kinds of developers will always be available on Steam, and it offers a bunch of popular free-to-play titles as well. GOG, previously known as Good Old Games, is another computer games sales and distribution service. Interestingly, it is owned by CD Projekt Red, the developers of the Witcher series. GOG often features older generations of games, and at times has some really special sales on certain types of games. Users can often head over to the Humble Bundle website for specials which are often really good, as well as buy games for chosen prices. The bundles are mostly games that are a little older, but users will get to choose what price they pay for the games. More often than not, users need to spend over a certain amount of money to get a bunch of games all included in the same bundle. The keys for the games are usually in Origin or Steam format. For local gamers, BT Games has a similar process through its digital downloads platform. Players can head to the store and buy whatever game they want to buy, and will receive a key as soon as payment has been confirmed. Players are easily able to play the best games for an often cheaper price than their international partners without leaving the comfort of their own home. For more information on what BT Games has to offer, keep watching as we're featuring a whole BT Gaming segment at the end of today's episode. The 2014 Telkom DGL Winter League playoffs will come to an exciting end this week, and the top teams will be moving on up into a higher division while the bottom teams will be relegated for the next season. For some of the leagues, there are still a number of games to play for the teams to close off their Winter League season. The teams that are unable to qualify for the Telkom Gaming Championships will still have another chance to do so in the Telkom DGC playoffs, which will kick off just after the Winter League playoffs. Logitech and Telkom Gaming will also be hosting another event for Dota 2 teams to enter, which will be open to the teams qualified for the 2014 Telkom DGC. In this event, teams will fight over a short period to secure a significant one-year sponsorship deal with Logitech. The team will also be given assistance heading into the Telkom DGC later this year. More information on that will be released by Telkom in the next few weeks. Ending off with sponsorships this week, Microsoft South Africa has announced its partnership with Telkom Gaming for the Call of Duty Ghosts Telkom DGL on Xbox this year. Microsoft South Africa will be supplying Xbox Ones and 10,000 Rand in cash to the top teams who place in the Call of Duty Ghosts Xbox 2 Gaming Championship. In addition to that, Microsoft has confirmed support for 2015 with Telkom and the DGL through the Call of Duty franchise. In the Premier Playoffs, it looks like Liberty Full On Dukes and Berserker No Plan B have managed to climb to the top two positions in Group A. While in Group B has Ventus, Dota 2 and Ecstasy Reign currently tied for first place at 5 wins and 1 loss each. All of these teams will qualify for the DGC later this year. 3 of the 4 Premier Division promotion spots have already been secured in Battlefield's 4 8v8 Premier Playoffs, with Berserker Furia, SSG Panda Bandits and NSD Retribution all securing enough points to secure promotion. It is now down to DM Recoil and SSG Mersk's final game to see who will claim 4th spot and the final promotion spot available in the playoffs. Time is almost up for the teams taking part in the League of Legends Telkom DGL Winter League playoffs, and many of them are pushing in their final few games. FLG Kings and Ventus LoL are heading up each group in the Premier Playoffs, while LSG LoL and Nav Paranoia lead the groups in the Breakthrough Playoffs. The preliminary standings will be available for view next week. The final Gran Turismo 6 race has been completed and sees Jason Absmeyer coming in first place, followed by David's GTA's Petum and Robin GTA's Crushed. Van Merch is in 2nd and 3rd place respectively. The racers were using touring cars on Brands Hatch for the final race, and the complete result log will be available on the Telkom DGL website soon. Accelerated Gaming catapulted themselves into Premier contention with a big win over rivals Berserk Gaming in Group A. Despite the loss, Berserk remain joint favourites for the promotion, while Energy Esports still have 2 games to play. Meanwhile, Group B is still to be decided, with Extreme Rush currently undefeated and piped to the top of the group ahead of MB. Eternal Conflict will join Aperture Gaming, the endgame and Constant in promotion after topping the Premier Playoffs undefeated. Constant meanwhile left it to the last game, securing their place in next season's Premier Division with a crucial win over Virtue Esports. One of the DGL's most successful MGOs, Bravado Gaming, has been making waves ever since they started out many years ago. They also run an online gaming store, which we featured in a previous episode. Here to tell us a bit more about Bravado Gaming, their store and some of the products they sell are the Haji Pascali brothers.
Yeah, well, we had one PC because I wasn't into computer gaming and stuff, and I would always back in after I started playing Counter-Strike, and
it was like a Pentium 2 400 megahertz.
I kind of wanted to play all the time after I kind of got into it a bit, and then that's how we started. And I kind of got my own PC, and then we started playing against each other on LAN, 1 vs 1. I used to own him, obviously.
I saw a lot of potential in Bravado to expand into a gaming brand. I mean, gaming competitively in South Africa at the time was very young, so I saw a lot of opportunity that a lot of gamers, social gamers, could become competitive gamers, and it could become a lifestyle. And because of the international scene, I decided that, you know, internet's where it is. So, you know, everyone that's got a computer and has got the internet are going to start playing some type of game. So it's a matter of time before the gaming market booms internationally and locally. So I decided to create a brand around Bravado. I mean, we couldn't call it a brand at the time, but we first started expanding into other teams. I think our first few teams consisted of Call of Duty 4, which was way old school, and StarCraft with Chase. And you know, we started doing really well throughout the years. The better we did, the more sponsors we acquired, the more marketing we took place in. So myself and Dimi decided one day, I think it was in mid-2008 or 2000, and at the end of 2007, what do we want to do with Bravado? What do we want to achieve with it? It's cool to have an MGO, but we want to take it to the next level. And I think from there, I mean, we just started acquiring more teams, building our MGO, being into social media such as our Facebook, our Twitter, started building a really good website, journalists, and I think the brand just expanded from there. And you know, we don't want to stop anytime soon.
I'm going to be speaking a little bit about the Razer Taipan. These are the mice that were sponsored to the Bravado Gaming team, FPS players, other than the Hex and the Death Adders. Taipan is a very cool mouse. It's made specifically for first-person shooters. It's an awesome design created by all the top gamers in the world. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the packaging. This mouse can be bought in South Africa, very cool. It's reasonably priced. You can look at anywhere from 700 Rand to 800 Rand, probably cheaper at times, depending on the Rand-dollar exchange. But it's definitely one of those mice that you want to acquire for your competitive gaming. It's not the type of mouse that has thousands and thousands of buttons. It's straight to the point, and it's made for pure aim. A lot of control, and I'll explain to you why in a second. The top has a matte finish, so you know that stops a lot of sweating and you know, slipping and sliding and everything, which obviously increases your grip for ultimate precision. The nice thing that they did to the Taipan that I haven't seen on a lot of gaming mice from other companies is that Razer have actually added some padding on the sides to it. They've added a kind of plasticish material, if that makes sense, which allows you to have ultimate control of the mouse. You know, in a lot of situations where competitive players are playing and they're very nervous and they're in that final round, they want to make sure that the sweat doesn't get in the way and that the mouse is still going to stick to their palms and be able to create the ultimate precision for that situation. On the sides we have 2 buttons on the right, 2 buttons on the left, your scroll button on the top, and 2 more buttons below the scroll button, which is mainly used for your sensitivity for the Razer mouse. Razer has brought out the Synapse 2.0, which is a cloud hosting service that you can actually set all your settings on. We're talking about sensitivities, buttons, macros, anything you can imagine. What the Synapse 2.0 does is that you can go to any event and all you do is log into the cloud service, which is always online. Your settings are always saved, which means you don't have to write on a piece of paper what you want to put down, what your sensitivity is, what you need to do, how you need to set up your mouse. Everything is right there, right in front of you. All you do is log into your account, doesn't matter which computer, anywhere in the world you are. The Razer Synapse 2.0 will restore all your settings for the mouse.
We've all been talking about cloud services, and let me remind you, this is a tech show. This is not the weather report. Cloud services are huge server farms that are all over the globe. Some of the services include online backup, online storage, essentially the hard drive in the cloud, software and apps that have processing in the cloud that run on your hardware, but all the heavy hitting and all the heavy processing and lifting is done in the cloud. Today, what we are going to talk about is online storage or cloud drives. There are a number of providers, and the most well-known of all the cloud providers, and probably the longest running, is Dropbox. And with Dropbox, when you sign up, you get 2 gigs free. And from then on, you've got to pay for more. It's around about 105 Rand a month for 100 gigs. And they also, what is really useful about these systems is they have apps for every desktop, laptop, and mobile operating system. So your files are available wherever you are. There are many others, but the other 2 that are part of our everyday lives and come as part of everyday systems that you use are Google Drive, which is free with every Google account, and this offers you 15 gig free if you need more space. You pay 270 Rand for 100 gig a year. And if you need even more than that, you can spend around about 105 Rand a month or 1,200 Rand a year for a terabyte of storage. Google Drive also has apps for every desktop and mobile platform. The other one that's really not that well known, but certainly comes with every Microsoft Windows 8 install, is OneDrive. They used to call it SkyDrive. And that one also offers you 15 gig free with 100 gig for 270 Rand a month. However, there is something really interesting. You can buy more than that, but if you have any of the Office 365 subscriptions from the Home, version all the way through to the professional versions. If you have an Office 365 subscription, every member of your subscription, which is 5 to 25 depending on your model or your version of the software that you buy, gets you a terabyte of free storage. This system is free with all Microsoft accounts. So once you've registered a Microsoft account, whether you use Windows 8 or not, you have a free Microsoft Cloud storage account. The question really is, what can you do with all these cloud services? And the most useful thing to do with the cloud drives or these stored drives in the cloud is to keep all your documents and your spreadsheets and your pictures online. And what's really cool is that you can sync all these various spreadsheets and documents between all your devices. So if you make a change on your laptop, it'll pop up on your tablet. If you make a change on your tablet, it'll pop up on your smartphone. And all of them without you ever having to worry about where they sit, what you do, they're always online. Another really useful thing to do is to keep all your important documents, or scan and keep all your important documents, such as IDs, passports, birth certificates, key accounts, and you keep them safe and they're available from anywhere in the world. Often all you need to do is log on into your various accounts, download the particular document, you can forward it, you can save it, you can view it. One key thing that you do need to remember, with all this uploading and downloading of pictures and data and documents, you really can eat your data cap. So if you're on mobile, and especially if you're on mobile, set it that you only use Wi-Fi to upload from your phone. And at home, if you have a capped connection, think long and hard before you upload everything that's on your hard drive to the cloud. The final thought is that even though your documents are safely backed up in the cloud and you can't see them, they're hiding up there, you should always keep a regular physical backup on an external hard drive that is your own. The reason for this is quite simple. Your computer can get a virus, any one of your computers can get a virus, and if that happens, it deletes the files on that computer. That same deletion will occur across the entire cloud services, it's really not cool to lose everything simply because one computer went down. The other thing that could happen, a big war, something exciting happens, destroys your computer, so it's always useful to keep a proper backup, no matter how many cloud services that you use.
But that's not all from us with regards to the tech this week. Spur has recently launched 3 mobile apps for the kiddies. Yes, that place where you go for good food, that's Spur, and it totally makes sense. Seeing that everyone now lives on their tablets and smartphones, yes, even the kiddies, Spur has introduced 3 mobile apps: the Spur Tribe Color Me 3D, the Spur Tribe Dash, and the Spur Tribe Birthday Jam apps for Apple and Android. The Spur Tribe Color Me 3D uses augmented reality and gives the kids opportunity to color in on their free coloring sheet and watch them come to life through the app. The animals talk, laugh, jump and duck when the kids interact with them on their tablet or smartphone. The Spur Tribe Dash sees players helping the secret tribe team Buffalo Brave, Soaring Eagle and Buttercup as the players try to save their friends from creepy enemies. Players will be rewarded by unlocking new characters, levels and totems as they progress. Finally, the Spur Tribe Birthday Jam app enables kids to become their very own DJ by creating their own cool customized birthday music mix. The app will also boast the voices of top South African artists. How awesome is that? Guess what's for dinner tonight? We mentioned BT Games at the beginning of the episode, as they have become a leader in the online gaming platforms. But what exactly is BT Games and what do they offer? Who better to ask than Carl Klopfer, BT Games Marketing Manager.
BT Games started over 10 years ago as one specialist small PC retail store right here in the Northgate Shopping Centre, Johannesburg. Today we've evolved to become South Africa's leading gaming specialist store, and we are everything to do about gaming. From video game consoles to software titles, accessories, and anything gaming related is available in over 53 stores across South Africa right now. One of the programs BT Games offers our customers is our trade-in program. This basically means that instead of games that you finish playing sitting around your house gathering dust, you can trade them in now at BT Games and get a credit towards your next purchase, saving you a little bit of extra money. To take it even further, if you have an existing pre-order with BT Games, when you come in and collect that pre-order game upon its release, Bring in your old unwanted games and we'll give you an additional 30% trade value on those games towards your new pre-order. Our pre-order program basically means a couple of things. Firstly, it ensures that you get your copy of a new release game the day it comes out. The second thing is that you never pay full price on the pre-order title. You pre-order your game and you come and collect it from BT Games within 7 days of it being released. You will ensure that you get a discounted price. Don't pay full price when you pre-order your games at BT Games. The BT Games downloads works very similar to the download platforms we're all aware of, such as EA's Origin, Steam and Ubisoft's Uplay. The concept's very much the same in that often when you purchase downloadable games from BT Games, you may still need to activate the games via Steam, Origin or similar. The obvious difference is that obviously we try and ensure that we have the greatest range available. Pricing is managed locally, so in many instances our pricing is far more affordable than the likes of Steam. And not to forget, we're a nationwide company. We have very knowledgeable staff in 53 odd stores throughout the country, so we're available for dedicated support, hands-on should you need it.
Ladies and gents, thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Telkom Gaming Show. See you guys next time.